October 14th is a date that has witnessed many significant historical events in different parts of the world. In 2012, Felix Baumgartner, an Austrian skydiver in Daredevil, became the first person to break the sound barrier without any mechanical assistance. He jumped from a helium balloon at an altitude of 128,100 feet and reached a speed of 833.9 miles per hour during his free fall. In 1994, Pulp Fiction, a crime film directed by Quentin Tarantino and starring John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Uma Thurman, and Bruce Willis, was released in theaters. The film was a critical and commercial success and won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr., a civil rights leader and activist, won the Nobel Peace Prize for his nonviolent campaign against racial discrimination and segregation in the United States. He was the youngest person to receive the award at that time. In 1947, Chuck Yeager, an American pilot and test pilot, became the first person to break the sound barrier in level flight. He flew an experimental rocket-powered aircraft called Bell X-1 at an altitude of 45,000 feet and reached a speed of about 700 miles per hour. In 1944, Erwin Rommel, a German general known as the Desert Fox for his brilliant campaigns in North Africa during World War II, committed suicide by taking cyanide pills. He was forced to do so by Hitler after being implicated in a failed plot to assassinate him. In 1892, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, a collection of 12 stories by Arthur Conan Doyle, featuring the famous detective Sherlock Holmes and his assistant Dr. Watson, was published. The stories were originally serialized in the Strand magazine and became very popular among readers. In 1884, George Eastman patented paper strip photographic film, a breakthrough invention that made photography more accessible and convenient. He later founded the Eastman Kodak Company, one of the leading manufacturers of cameras and film. In 1586, Mary, Queen of Scots, went on trial for conspiracy against Elizabeth Rhiannon, the Queen of England. She was accused of being involved in a plot to assassinate Elizabeth and restore Catholicism in England. She was found guilty and executed in 1587. In 1322, Robert the Bruce, the King of Scotland, defeated Edward II, the King of England, at the Battle of Byland in Yorkshire. This victory forced Edward to recognize Scotland's independence and end his attempts to subjugate it. In 1066, the Battle of Hastings took place in England, where William, Duke of Normandy, defeated the English King Harold II and claimed the throne. This event marked the beginning of the Norman conquest of England and the end of the Anglo-Saxon era.